Most enterprise AI programs can point to a spreadsheet somewhere with 50 or 100 so-called AI use cases. They came out of a workshop, the room was engaged, people were optimistic, and then nothing happened. No prioritization, no ownership, no next step anyone could clearly explain. What's interesting is that leaders usually diagnose this as an execution problem, but it's not. It's a misunderstanding of what use case discovery workshops are actually for and what they cannot do. Use case discovery workshops feel productive. They're visible. They involve the business. They generate artifacts you can circulate. So they become the default move when an AI initiative needs momentum. But in many organizations, these workshops are treated as if they create value, as if identifying a use case is the hard part, and everything else will naturally follow. That assumption made sense in earlier waves of digital transformation. It does not hold for enterprise AI. Here's the key shift leaders often miss. AI use cases are not scarce. Execution capacity is. In a large organization, it is trivially easy to generate plausible AI ideas. Ask any function what they would like to automate, accelerate, or get insights from, and you will get a long list very quickly. The workshop doesn't surface innovation, it surfaces demand. And demand without a system to absorb it creates friction, not value. This is where many discovery workshops quietly fail. They optimize for ideation, but the organization is bottlenecked elsewhere. Governance, data readiness, security review, operating model clarity, ownership. The workshop hands the organization a backlog it has no way to process. Leaders often say, "We didn't follow up properly." That's true, but incomplete. The deeper issue is that there was never a defined path forward to begin with. No shared answers to questions like, what qualifies as a real use case versus a nice idea? Who decides which ones move forward? What does next step actually mean? A pilot, a risk review, funding, or something else? How many use cases can we realistically advance in parallel? Without these answers, the workshop output is inert. Best case, nothing happens. Worst case, teams move on their own. That's where shadow AI starts. Not from rebellion, but from blocked demand. Here's a pattern that shows up repeatedly. An organization runs multiple discovery workshops across business units. They collect dozens of use cases. They proudly say, the business is engaged. But 6 months later, only one or two ideas were explored. No one can explain why those were chosen. Business teams stopped taking the process seriously. From their perspective, the system asked for input and then ignored it. From IT's perspective, they were overwhelmed. The workshop didn't fail. The operating model was never there. This is the reframing that usually creates the aha moment. The purpose of a use case discovery workshop is not to find ideas. It is to test whether your organization can make decisions about AI. A good workshop does not end with a list. It ends with clarity. Clarity on what happens immediately after. Clarity on what happens if an idea looks promising. Clarity on what happens when an idea is rejected. Clarity on who owns each transition. If you cannot explain that path before the workshop is premature. For IT and architecture leaders, this changes how you should think about discovery. Your real work is not facilitation, it is capacity design. How many AI initiatives can we responsibly absorb right now? Where are we constrained? Data, risk, platforms, or people? Which decision gates actually matter? Once that system exists, workshops become useful. Without it, they become theater, and the organization learns the wrong lesson. That AI is exciting, but nothing ever ships. Enterprise AI adoption does not stall because leaders fail to imagine the future. It stalls because they fail to design the path from idea to action. So, if you are planning a use case discovery workshop, ask yourself one question first. If this goes well, What exactly happens next? If that answer is not crisp, the most responsible move may be to delay the workshop and fix the system instead. That is where real AI value actually starts.